What is up, my string beings, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in our Prehistoric DLC. We're in the last episode, we put this together. We put together a data miner, and in between episodes, I've made a couple edits to it. But yeah, we put together this data miner and we worked on our rocket program, and we have all of our rockets home right now, minus these four, which I said in between episodes I was going to be copying this and putting it over here, specifically for all my robo miners. So we can actually see that we have 1, 2, 3. Here we go. We have robo miner 1, robo miner 2, robo miner 3, this guy right here, and robo miner 4, which says it's stranded, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I wish there was like a way that I could recover them, but I might just have to do abandoned ship and then build another robo miner. So let's cover this real quick. I did make a couple edits. So I did have a liquid lock. I had a liquid lock right here, and then I had hydrogen. So I removed the hydrogen, and I did fix the fact that we had a bunch of cold leaking through right here due to the fact that we now have a vacuum. And the reason we chose a vacuum over a liquid lock or a hydrogen bath, because we can see that supercoolant is allowed to get to neg 271.2, which if we take neg 271.2 and add 14 degrees to it, we get neg 257.2. And that's what I currently have this guy to. So we are allowed basically to touch this threshold, meaning like if the temperature ever gets below, or I guess above, really, if the temperature ever gets above neg 257.2, so say it goes to neg 257.1, that's right, because we're in negative, so I have to think that way. So say it gets to neg 256, right? It's going to take away 14 degrees, putting it to 270. So we're like touching that threshold just right there. So we're getting the supercoolant literally as cold as it can get. And then, so as we were looking at neg 257, hydrogen gas, we can see that that's colder than the freezing point of hydrogen gas into liquid hydrogen. So that's why we took out the hydrogen, so that we're not getting liquid hydrogen inside here, and we're now able to get these data banks through the power of conduction panels. We're able to get these machines really cold. And I actually got the achievement earlier while off video. I got the achievement of maxing this out to a production rate of 533%, which that's the max, 533. And you can achieve, ooh, plastics right there, I hate that. And you can achieve that when a cooling packet comes through and it needs to go through the thermal aqua tuner and then come down, and it'll make it to like 270 degrees cold, and it'll get that cold, and yeah. So I got that achievement, and this thing has been working really well, and I've set up some automation to right here so that this fills up with 1,000 databanks. But now we'll go ahead and follow this databank that got stolen. So if we actually look at this line right here, and what line? This line? This line. I was like, that doesn't look like diamond. But yeah, we have two lines. We have diamond and databanks. And we have both of them coming up here. So we got the diamond right here and databanks still coming up, diamond and databanks. And I have them both sitting up over here so that when our rockets, our fucking rocketry program that we set up here, we have the robo miners. And as soon as they land, as soon as the robo miners land, the drill cone will be refilled with diamond, and the robo miner will be refilled with databanks, along with this refilling petroleum. And so the only thing that needs to get manually refilled is the oxidizer, which is sitting right here. And eventually I'm going to be having liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, probably doing it right here, and it'll refill the oxygen as well. But yeah, this is what I built in between episodes. I also went ahead and decided to put in some solar panels because it's just free power, right? And I put it in here so that we can walk nice and unimpeded right here, because today's episode is going to be about taking care of all of this debris, and we're going to use a debris chiller, and we're going to use sweepies and everything. And also in a previous episode, I think I was complaining about how am I supposed to keep this between 22 degrees, which is the low of this plant, and 30 degrees, which is the high of this plant. And I figured out how to do it, and so we might be doing it with this guy this episode as well, if time allows. So that's enough yapping as I do. Also, here's a good update. This bad boy is running really well. We're keeping everything pretty cold. This is 10 degrees, and this is, I still haven't implemented this yet. I'm just lazy. I just have people bring tender brisket every now and then. But we definitely have been dreaming. We got 250 dream journals sitting there, and there's no slowing. So yeah, let's get in today's episode, and we done yapping. Oh, one thing I did want to show you. I've done it with all my other cooling loops, but I want to show you how to like swap out a cooling loop with another material, and you can do it pretty effectively. You just need access, obviously having access to the liquid loop, and it should be pretty easy because the liquid loop just kind of, or all of your liquid loops should just kind of travel around in like open areas that you can have like access to. So yeah, all you're gonna need is a liquid reservoir and a bottle drainer, and you're gonna want these right next to the liquid loop that's in question, right? And so you have the bottle drainer, or the liquid reservoir. You have the input right next to a portion of the liquid loop, and then you're gonna have the bottle drainer come some way somehow go to a liquid bridge that bridges onto the loop. So let's go ahead and we're gonna drain this. Well, let's see if there's any meteor showers. I don't see any, so we should be all right. So let's speed it up. And so what we're going to do, we're going to pause it, and we're going to connect those, but then disconnect that. And then I'm going to cancel any like construction that I just asked for, right? So here we go. We're going to drain that. And then while we're draining it, let's go ahead and tell this that we want to fill it with supercoolant. And I'm actually going to do the same thing over on this side as well. And then grab this guy and request supercoolant. So there you go, this bad boy. Oh, hold on. I gotta... Let me remove all these, or else this is gonna fuck with my thing. There you go. Go ahead and remove all of your liquid. Get on out. So now we should get... Here you go. So we got liquid, liquid, of course. It's a supercoolant, so it's going to come up over here, and it's going to bridge onto this thing. And here we have just a little bit, just freaking 2 little packets. And this is something that you're going to have to watch just for, like, a little bit, because we need to watch for the... Oh my god, that supercoolant is -92. Nice. But we do need to watch for the end of the coolant loop. So this guy right here, I need to watch him, and I need to watch this one right here. And then here's another thing that I added in. So because these are going to be in the vacuum of space, I have to add 3 3 conduction panels, right? One for the conveyor, or two conveyor receptacles, and one for the auto sweeper. And you can see that the temperature of these 6 buildings is really cold. It's going to be the temperature of whatever the coolant is. And I've launched and landed a few rockets while having this, and so nothing's melting, and it seems pretty good. And then I've also built all of these conveyor rails out of steel so that nothing melts. Oh my gosh, I'm just over here like burping and shit. Alright, so we're gonna watch these real quick. We're coming around the corner here, coming around the end. Let's go ahead and clean that up as well while we're here. Depending on the size of your cooling loop, you might want to have a couple liquid reservoirs, like in standing like right next to each other, for when or if this might fill. So here you go. Here's the little bit that we're trying to keep track of, and we're gonna look at the rest of this loop and see that there's no polluted water anywhere. So as this guy finishes right here, we're going to now finish that and just cut that off. And then we just wait for our little duplicants to keep bringing supercoolant, and they'll fill this entire loop with supercoolant, and then we're going to finish up on this side as well. So there's that, and cut that right there. And then also, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I want supercoolant in all of these. There you go. So that should be taken care of. And then just over time, they'll go ahead and do the thing. And what we can do now is deconstruct this. And honestly, I could probably deconstruct all of this right here, because I do have these 6 that'll do basically the same exact thing right here. And I've had these 6 right here just because, like, I knew that I was going to be swapping out this coolant at some point, so I just, or not swapping out the coolant, but adding more to the liquid loop. And that's something that I do sometimes, is just kind of have a system like this thing right here somewhere on my cooling loops, because in case I ever want to expand the cooling loop, like this one right here. See how this just kind of sits here? It has really no effect. And then when I expanded this cooling loop, so it was just like right here, but then I expanded and added this, and it was able to start filling that loop pretty easily, because I already had that right there. But yeah, we'll just leave that right there, and it'll do its thing. Let's get everything cleaned up and move into today's project, which is a cooling, or a debris chiller. So I think we'll do the debris chiller like right here. And because we're going to be using super coolant, I think we should be good on the debris chiller being literally only like this small. So what I'll do... Actually, no, my bad. We're going to build it out of granite. And then we'll do like this. And we're going to do aluminum tiles. So we're going to do that little guy and that little guy. And then also, while we're at it, we're going to have to do aluminum in here. So how am I going to want this, right? We could do half of the chiller. Right, there is a half, right? Yeah. So we can do half the debris chiller to be utilized by this guy. So what I'll probably do is like, yeah, here you go. I see it. We're gonna come down here and then do cooling, come back, and then back up right there. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're gonna come down like this, and then same thing with this one. This one's gonna come down here, and let's go ahead and get to cooling. And then we'll do the same exact thing right here. Actually, we might have to do... There we go. There you go, and that's half and half. So then we go back to this guy and bring him in. And then back up. And that's honestly as easy as I gotta get it going right there, right? So this will go ahead and chill, or yeah, the left chiller. Oh my goodness, I can never really talk. The left cooling loop will cool these tiles, and the right cooling loop will cool these tiles. But you can see that literally every single tile here has a bit of radiant pipe. Okay, so that's taking care of the actual cooling itself. So now what we gotta do is get our debris in here. And so let's actually start with sweepys. So the purpose of this is, so when meteors go ahead and land, well, not land, but they get shot down, right? You can see that a lot of these things, like look at this regolith that's almost 300 degrees Celsius. Here's a piece of gold that's 400 degrees Celsius. Just all this shit that is like really freaking hot. We don't want our duplicants to come up here and just grab it and be like, okay, let's put you in our home, and then put you in here, and now we have 400 degree regolith in here. So the main reason is that we're gonna cool down all the crud here. So let's go ahead and get a sweepy, and we're gonna make you out of steel. So we're gonna do a couple things here. We're gonna do a sweepy boy on this side, because I don't know if sweepies can go across bunkers. So we're gonna do a sweepy there, and a sweepy here, and then we're gonna do 2 sweepies on this side. So we'll do a sweepy here, a little sweepy boy, or let's do him right here. Sweepy goes there, and sweepy goes, let me see, like how far in is that? Like 15 tiles? So where's like 15 tiles in from here? Right here? So do I add a sweepy here? There you go. Maybe 4 sweepies is too many. But yeah, so we got that going on, right? And sweepy's dock is made out of tungsten. Motherfucker, I thought I said make you out of steel. Steel. Let's go ahead and replace you with steel. Everything is just going to be steel. Change material to steel. Nope. Okay. Looks like you're just going to be tungsten, my guy. So let's go ahead and add some power wire to these bad boys. Power wire. Power wire. Okay, so the sweepies are going to be good. Let's go ahead and clean up. Why do we have mafic rock here? Huh. I actually don't know. Okay, so then what we got to do is get some conveyor loaders. Oh. Okay, let's get a conveyor loader right there. Conveyor loader here. Actually, let's go up. And I need them to be all the same, right? Or else I'll have a panic attack. So it goes like that, and goes like that. Okay, and then we gotta do an auto sweeper. And we're gonna make that one out of steel, because we now need to get all the stuff out of the sweepy dock and into the conveyor loader. Oh my gosh, these freaking solar panels are just so loud. We got to make sure that we're powering both of these things. So we're just going to do that because I like the look of that. I know it's wasting materials, sort of? I don't know. At this point, is there really a waste when like I generate so much materials, especially from like the from my little miners over here? So I've been these miners that I currently have out are actually test subjects. So I've been having problems with the robo miners being automated and using their round trip method and not coming home. So this one for instance is doing good, right? So the diamond that's in the drill cone itself is able to mine 7.5, you can see in the tooltip down here, it's able to drill out 7.5 kilograms per second worth of stuff, and it puts it in the harvestable resources tab, and then the robo miner grabs it and puts it in its little guy. So it's able to mine out 7.5 kilograms while consuming, I think, like 1 kilogram, I think it is, or something like that. I forgot what the math was. But basically, a full 1-ton diamond drill cone is able to accumulate me 20 tons worth of stuff. And I don't know what the implications are. Flight plan one way. Oops. You're actually going to get ruined. Your round trip Okay, I forgot to set you. So that's a failed experiment. My bad. I forgot to set you to round trip. But yeah, the drill cone will run out and I'll be sitting at 20 tons. And I don't know what the criteria necessarily is for them to realize, like, okay, that was my round trip, let me return. But, like, they'll run out of diamond while not being full and just sit there. And I have to tell them to manually come back. And so I've been trying a couple different things of setting the cargo bay. Let me see if I can show it here. So I've been setting the cargo bay to be 20 tons, but like it doesn't work. So I first tried, well, this debris showed that it only had like 8 kilograms, like at the time, or not 8 kilograms, like 8 tons or something like that. So I actually set this robo miner to have a cargo bay loaded only up to 8 tons. So you can actually see that our cargo capacity is minus 9.6 tons. So that's kind of silly, right? And then I tried this one. I put a smaller cargo bay, this cargo bay and a liquid cargo tank. And look, we're about to run out of diamonds. So hopefully this guy returns home. And then, so like, I don't know what the criteria is for them to be like, okay, time to return home based off of our round trip. So this one's actually about to finish. Let's see if this works. You are on round trip, unreachable toilet. I see you. Steve, why are you having problems? No, really, Steve, what is wrong with you? You can exit out of here. And Steve is my little guy. You can come on out. And you are... Oh, okay. This, and then unreachable toilet. All the toilets are, in fact, reachable. So, Steve, you're a liar. So, let me go back to this real quick. And we're about to run out. Oh, this thing is just going to keep gathering until it's full, maybe? Okay, so that's actually not too bad. And then you might come home. All right, where were we at on this? Look at little Sweepy. You're so cute, buddy. So Sweepy's working. Are we getting power on all these dudes? That's all powered up. That's all powered up. Okay, so we can see that our Sweepy is in fact like getting stuff. Oh my god! But our freaking guys are no. Okay. So they're doing the thing that I don't want them to do. Which actually, where are they? Okay, hold on. I fucked this up. Let's unpower all this stuff real quick, because I don't want them working. And then I don't want them to bring in this stuff, which they shouldn't, because this should be literally sweep only. So where are they bringing like all that regolith and everything? Huh. Well, anyway, let's go to... I need to make sure that all this stuff gets cooled down. So let's see what we're gonna do here. We need to cool down... this piece. Then we need to cool down this piece. Then we need to cool down this piece. And we're just gonna go ahead and do that for all 3 of the pieces. So depending on the route of the liquid loop, so we do that, and then this one should be on this side. So then it goes like this, and then down, and then this one needs to be extended actually, like that. And let's continue our actual loop. So this one is going to come down over here, and then up like that, and then over. And that's gonna be dumb. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this little guy. That's all we gotta do, and then we'll cut the pipe, but not yet. I want to make sure that we're good there. So get those all taken care of. Okay. And then let's double check, or let's go ahead and watch this. So look at my little sweepy, go ahead and pick everything up. I gotta make sure, or I gotta be ready to cut the pipes and everything. And by cut, I mean using the snipping tool. Like right here. Here we go. So I see that this is finished. So what we're gonna do is cut that, and it'll come through there. Okay, that's good. And my cooling loop has stopped for a minute because some weird shit has happened. Okay, here's why I need to cut the pipes, because I need to not have it do that nonsense. So it'll come in here, and then come back over here. And then following this. Okay, we're almost done here. And we want to cut this. And once this is completed, this liquid, or this loop should continue on. There we go. And then we can cut that and deconstruct it. So that's one completely good. There's two completely good. Let's look at this one. You're having issues, but I think you'll be okay once we get this situated. So once you get built, I think we'll be moving on. So let's see here. Well, this guy can go over it. I wonder if this... I don't think the sweepy can. Stop. So you actually need to be like priority 1 and priority 2 here. Priority 2. Priority 1. So that no one ever tries to come and do the sweepy dock. Priority 1. Priority 2. I wish there was like a button that instead of like had priorities, it was don't ever come do this. I do want this prioritied up though. Come on, Liam. Come build this bad boy. You're the last little thing here for this whole cooling loop. There we go. So that should be good. And then we can now get rid of that piece. So now we have all these pieces up top being cooled down. So we should no longer have overheating docks and stuff. Toilets. Okay, I really need to know what is going on in here. And I need to now make sure that no one's allowed to come into here. Okay. Silly guys. Alright, so that takes care of the actual collection and cooling of our items here. So now what we gotta do is actually get the items like into the system. So we're gonna do this. And ooh. So here's the dilemma. We're gonna do all the way. So we're going to do conveyor over onto this, and onto that, and onto... Nope, that one's okay, but we'll do this one. So here's a little bit of... not spooky. Here's a little bit of a little thing I got to figure out here. So how do I want this debris to go? Because eventually I do want everything to just go in on this line here. So what I think I'll do is have everything come in and it'll go through... Do I want it to go through the entire chiller, or do I want it to go... Here we go. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, I think we'll go through the entire chiller. So we'll start here. No, I want it to come out. I want it to just come down this way. It'll just come down right here. I don't need it to go up this way, because at some point I'm probably going to need to send shit. So it'll go... Ah! Oh my goodness, kind of laggy. So it'll do like this, but here's the thing. I'm actually going to need to probably destroy one of these, because what I'm going to do is make sure that it's a good temperature. So let's go to automation, and we're going to look at... Is it automation? Germ sensor? Is it shipping? Conveyor? Yeah, here you go. So we're going to look at this thing. And actually, I want it... we're going to go back one more. So here we're going to check the temperature, and let's go conveyor shut off like this, and then we do okay. So I actually need So I need this to be like right here. Let me see here. We're gonna spend like 20 seconds cutting all these, because I need it to be a certain way so that we can tell the debris chiller to not take on any more debris until this is good. So this needs to go this way, right? Okay, so I need the loop to be like, you know, a loop. Whoops. No, I can't have that, because I need it to come back to this. So let's back it up, and we're gonna go right here, and right there. No. How are we doing this? Okay, so it needs to come this way, and then up. And then we do that. And we wiggle. How are we going to wiggle? What if we wiggle this way? No, because then that still leaves that... Okay, hold on. Ah, what the shit? No, I hit right click, so it shouldn't do that. So maybe I just need to put this... Hold on. Hello? Are we not? Cancel all that. You know what? Deconstruct all that. Fuck you. I don't want to do that clipping again. Okay, so what we really need to do is... Let me see. Because if we do this guy right here, and then we do a shut off, am I going to be able to do it this way? You know, like up and down. Because I need stuff to go this way, right? And it needs, if it's warm enough, it'll fuck off this way. But if it's cool enough. But if it's not, then I need it to continue on going this way. Okay, I think I got it. I think we're here, boys. I think we're here, chat. Chat? And I think we want to wiggle this one. No, we don't want to wiggle. We want to do this. Like that. There we go. Okay, that's good. And then we'll have the debris come in here. And we bridge onto. There we go. Holy crap. That took forever to freaking figure out. Okay, so then the debris should be chilled enough and we're gonna send it on this line right here because this is our return to sender. This is our go home line. Do I want to really run it like all the way over here? I mean, like, yes and no. So we'll run it all the way over here, just like that. And there we go. So now we got to get the actual lines in, and we'll do the lines right here because I want the less amount of thingies. There we go. I'm trying to cut down on the number of like lines that we see coming around. So now we get this over here, and all the debris hops over this way, and then we need the debris to hop over this way because I can't do it right here. So you'll hop right here, and you'll go like that, and you'll go right here. There we go, and that should be good. I think that's going to be all of it. Let's deconstruct that piece and deconstruct this piece so that they can get in to build that. And we're probably going to need it over here on this side too. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. And we're going to tell this that it's going to be everything. And you're going to be everything as well. And I know you have no power. I've made it that way. You're going to do everything. And you're also going to do everything. And now, let's see, our conveyor rail's in, our cooling loop is in, our bypass is in. This needs power. Oh, stupid. Okay, let's get a little bit of power. It's literally just going to be the dumbest little thing, which means we also need to cool it down, which is even more annoying. So let's do... Since the power is right there, we're gonna do this. Right here, because again, I want the least amount of things, and we're just gonna run some power wire in like that, which means, oh my gosh, annoyingly, we also have to cool this thing down. So before we do that, it'll heat up, so let's turn that off, and we're gonna put this guy just right here. So we actually are going to delete that and build the conductive panel out of aluminum, please. Right there. So that'll cool that little guy down. Okay, so now let's set up some automation wire, and you're gonna say that you're allowed to let things through, right? Otherwise, it's just going to bypass and keep going around in this loop. But you're going to be allowed to actually go through if it is a certain degree. We're going to say what you're going to work if you're finally below 35 degrees. Then you can enter our base. Giggity, enter my base. We have supercoolant ready to go on into this new additive loop that we're about to put in, so that's good. Let's see how we're doing on all the conveyors. Conveyor, they built that, so let's go ahead and cover that up. Cover that up. How you doing, little sweepy? You doing okay? The conveyor's all built. They got to build that one. That one's built. We can go ahead and put that back and put that back. Okay, the conveyor rail's almost done. They have this little bit to go. And since this is all good, now we can go ahead and put this in. Actually, let's go ahead and do those two. And then we'll build out this way. And we could probably even do that one and that one. And we'll just make sure that everything is 0 degrees. In fact, we could probably do like... Actually, yeah, 0 should be fine. We'll see how fast the debris chills. And if we... Because we don't want it colder, too. That's another thing, is that we gotta be really careful that it's not too cold. Or else we'll end up with problems. We'll have like too cold of stuff in our base. Why is Sonya hurt? So this will be the debris chiller, and then I'll be making for the liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. That'll be coming out here soon. So now we can build these two and these two. And you'll have power here soon whenever I decide to give you power. How's our rockets? Okay, you're coming home. And why are you coming home? You're coming home because your liquid cargo tank is full. Okay. And you're hanging out. Why? Because here you go. I think this is the one. Oh, that's right. You were the failed experiment. Oh, whoops. Let's do one way. There we go. You were the failed experiment because I forgot to put you on that thing. But you're not coming home, and you're being weird. You were set to round trip, but oh my god, why is there? See, like, why is this not working? I need someone in the comments to let me know what's going on here. Let's get that one in, and those two, and those. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's just stranded. I'm gonna have to rebuild another one. So we'll build those, and then we can build these now. Because Joshua's on that job, you're doing that. And then after these two get built, I can go ahead and wall that in. Okay, good job, little biobot. Proud of you, you did something. Debris chiller almost online. And let's see how we did on this. And in fact, I think we could start sending the liquid loop through. So that means we can do this. So we're going to pause it, and we're going to do this, and cut it right there, and say that it now needs to route down this way, and this one needs to route down this way. So now we should be chilling down this metal really well. And we see that the metal is going down in temperature. Good, good, good. And as it reaches this part of the, or actually as this part of the cooling loop reaches this point, it'll be refilled. And if we got cooling, oh, this doesn't overheat, I'm pretty sure. So we have cooling for the power transformer, that's good. I actually don't even know if I need insulated tiles around these things. But you can see that we are, in fact, -6, -5, you know, all that good stuff. So this is nice and cold. So the debris will be good. So let's actually turn on our sweepys. So now it should be taking everything out of here, or everything out of sweepy, and putting it into the conveyor loader. And we can see that this stuff is like at 46 degrees. And it's going to make its way on over, so let's turn on these sweepies too. And turn on these dudes. And let's overfill. Here we go. Let's see all the debris. Here we go. Here's my debris, boy. Why is it already at like 9 and like 96? Okay, so I see some hot pieces, and that's what we want to look at, and it'll come through. Okay, ooh, that is chill. Ooh, that is warming up. Okay. But, this stuff looks like it's pretty good so far, and it's allowed to exit because it's below, what did I say, 35? So yeah, we'll see all this good stuff. It's escaping. Why is it coming in like piece by piece? You should be like every other piece. It's kind of weird. But our chiller is in fact staying cold thanks to the supercoolant. Yeah, this is silly. What if I do this? Then is it gonna wanna like fill or like saturate the line enough? But you can see, ooh, even some of this stuff comes out -3, but I think it's okay because it'll equalize at least like inside the base, which, you know what? Oh, there you go. See, that's working better. The temperature of like the planetoid is 60, so that's actually why we're going to be getting some stuff in here that's ridiculous. So actually, let's chill it down to at least 60, right? That's all I really care about, because it's going to come through the entire atmosphere of this area and be a 60. But the main point, ooh, hello Rocket, but the main point is that we don't want it, you know, some of those temperatures that we did see, like 261, right? So there's our debris chiller, and it's working really well, and that should take care of. Where are you going? No, see, and then where are you putting the regolith? Because I don't have regolith being like requested anywhere. Let me see where your stupid little biobot says that it wants to put it. Right here. Nowhere. Nowhere do I have regolith being like outputted somewhere. Okay. That's kind of silly. But I could fix this. Let's make sure that everything is good. I could fix this by locking this door. So what I'll do is we're gonna do this. Instead of changing like the perms of everyone, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off that door, because that's the only way that they're allowed up here is through this one door right here. So I'll just turn it off. But before I do that, I do have to make sure that everyone is in fact inside. Oh, also, so this landed and it automatically got filled up with diamond, but I don't know, it's not refilling the databanks. Maybe it'll refill the databanks when like I'm pretty sure it's within range here, but it'll refill the databanks probably when... Oh, look at all this stuff. Hold on, doggy's barking. Sorry, I had my doggies doing some barking. Okay, so now that I have... Oh, okay. Let's get this. Let's get you inside. You need to come inside. Biobot needs to come inside. Do I have everyone else? Double checking that everyone else is in fact inside. So then we turn this off. And now no one's allowed on top. Okay, so that's good and taken care of. And then we got this going on so that we get these rockets nice and tuned up. And you are... Why are you... My guy, you... Come home. Oh, you're set one way, you're set to one way. Please just come home. You guys are being silly. And we're gonna set you that we don't have a spot for you, because we need to figure out what's going on with that. Okay, so we got the debris chiller and everything set into place. I think that's pretty good. Hi, puppy. Yeah, you gotta... I don't know what you're barking at. You're barking at nothing, mister. You're being quite a little pork chop. All right, so let's see. So now this thing, I want to fix this temperature thing. Also, I see Pokemaniac here. Oh, we need to put flowers in here. Let's put... So I had to, at some point, I had to... Or when I did the plastic, I accidentally brought the rails through these two tiles right here. And so that broke the nature reserve. So I had to set that back up. So I had to make sure by removing all these plants first. So we can put those plants back in. And this one gets a jumping Joya. All right, let's fix this thing so that I have, yeah, see, look, the body temperature. So what we're gonna do here, pretty much the answer, unreachable toilet. Why is the toilet unreachable for you, Freya? Oh, you know what? I think it's because of suits. Let's undock some suits. Yeah, that was kind of silly. Oh, but let's get... I see some of you guys are hurt, and I have absolutely no idea why you're hurt. Is it this? Are you traveling through here and you get smacked? But yeah, let's get these guys home before they end up like this one. And then I'll figure out what's going on with my rocket program. But like, all the automation should be there. It's kind of annoying. Oh, another thing that I gotta actually do is... Wait, hold on. No, I don't want you. Is I gotta set up sweepy docks in here because sometimes the meteors will be shot and the debris will fall right here, but then when these doors open, then it falls all down here. So I pretty much have to set up the same exact system, but right here. So we're gonna set you up just on this side right here. And I don't have a cooling loop for you. Well, like I do. Okay. So let's do a sweepy boy and an auto sweeper and a conveyor. And we're going to also set up on the other side the same thing. After we finish our save load. So, like that. Shipping this little guy and this little guy. And we conveniently have this already. And this can go down right there. We'll get some power. Sweepy dock will do the sweeping. I don't know if the sweepy will melt, you know, because these rockets are shitting off. This be 1 and this be 2. And then I'm gonna need to figure out your cooling. So I can get the cooling from right here and bring you up. And you're going to be in a vacuum. So let's get... What is the direction of this cooling loop? I think it goes this way. So that means we're going to want to bring you up to do this. And then we'll look at this cooling loop and you go this way. So we want this one, and this one. And you're going to be... Conveyor loader is going to be all, and we copy you and put you over here to this conveyor loader. Hello, Rocket. You can see that this bad boy just got refilled thanks to this weird visual bug of it not showing how full it is. Okay, here's another rocket just landed, but this guy's going to get refilled. So there's the diamond refilling this. 100 kilograms. God damn it, dude. I think it's because people are taking the job. Yeah, see? That's kind of annoying. So, we could... Once everything is, in fact, like, fully automated, we could just keep people from coming in here. In fact, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's set up a door. Steel door. Steel door goes right there. Just in case of, like, heat. So there's the sweepy. Yeah, put stuff in there, buddy. Why don't you put... Oh my god. See? What is going on here? I want... Disable... Don't touch my sweepy. I don't want anyone to touch him. And also, I'm really curious because I don't have anywhere to, like... Yeah, this needs to be sweep only. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Sweepy creates a sweep command. And like that's why he has stuff. Like the stuff in him is a sweep command. All right. So we got all my rockets, and these are all the tests, right? I had this one set to 12,000. Hold on, I'm distracted. 1 second. I had this one set to, well, this is the max of 12k, and then we have a liquid cargo tank, which the liquid cargo tank got full, and I think that's why it said to return home. And what are you even full of? Full of shit! No, you have liquid sulfur and petroleum, which is funny because I actually said only petroleum. I have it marked right here, but I guess it just kind of does whatever it wants, and it'll grab everything that's in that asteroid field. But I'm just gonna leave my rockets here for now because they're kind of pissing me off. Let's fix this thing. The thing that we're gonna do here, yeah, I've been trying to fix this thing for the past like forever. What we're gonna do here is set up this system right here. So we're gonna have a cooling loop that's cooling 2 pockets of liquid, and then we're gonna have the cooling loops, each cooling loop here, go through those pockets to get the temperature that it's required. So that way, the cooling loop itself doesn't get cooled by 14 degrees, but instead it'll stay whatever temperature that I want it to be. So I think... let me see. Am I gonna stifle these motherfuckers? How do I edit this while not breaking our little guy? I don't think there is, because let's plan this out, right? Let's pause it. So, do I want it to be this? Yeah, I do want 2 steam turbines, because this one was having a hard time. Actually, I might be able to do this exactly. No, because this one was having trouble. So here's what we'll do. 2 steam turbines, right? And we want... Let's see if we can get this wall in. So we need... There's a wall here. Let's see here. If we do some liquid... What the hell am I doing? Okay. It needs to be... So we're going to do steam turbines like this. I mean, not that tall, but I just need to place them down, right? Doors. I need this thing? No, first we need tiles. So it's going to be like this. Tiles like this. Can I place them in here? Oh, I don't think I can. I don't think that's going to be enough. I'm going to have to do it bigger. So here's the thing. So it's going to be a wall, some liquid, that tile, that tile. There we go. It's going to be like that. So these 2 tiles, or these 2 sections, are going to get cooled down to something really cold. And then this one will be a certain temperature, and this one will also be a certain temperature. And see, now, but that's too big. That's too weird. So we have this to play with. This is like the thing. So we can put this on its side, like how we have this one, and in turn it just grows bigger, which I think we might have to do, because what's going to be better? Let's see. Let's rebuild this real quick. So what's going to be better, this way, or we have another design that's going to be, let's see, two blocks, that thing, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. So now it's going to be this, but then we got to have 2 in here, so then it's going to be this one again. Okay. So then this build is gonna be this big. So we either have this size or this size. Because we can put two different things on here. So that's two different temperature controls that are going to be mediated like really well and not fluctuating. That's the whole point of this, is that this is going to be a non-fluctuating cooling loop with two varying temperatures. So I think this is actually going to be the build here. Put these dudes in here, as opposed to these dudes, because this is on the bottom. Because this is a 17 by 11, as opposed to a, what is that? 18 by 9, 162 tiles compared to 187. So I think this is the build here. And in order to get that, I think I am going to have to deconstruct this entire freaking thing. So let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be annoying, because we're going to have so much steam just popping out and everything, and then plus these are going to stifle. But I've already killed the betas by accident. I've already evolved the betas by accident. So the worst thing that can happen is that these are going to get stifled and possibly die, but they drop their seeds, and so I just replant them. And food isn't a problem, obviously. As you can see, I have 1.8 million kilocalories of Frostburger, which I believe Frostburger is going to be like your best at a +6. So I think we're okay for a little bit. So we have to build this design. And how tall are you? 9? What do I currently have? What if I do it? This is, okay, 9. So we can actually build you in between the things. I think I want to do that. So we can get the bottom like this. And how long you gonna be? What was it? 18. So let's go 18. Let's go ahead, deconstruct all of this. We will not deconstruct the loops. Well, actually, we will. We're gonna close off the loops. And we can drain out this so that it's not going to be too much that we have to fuck with. Oh, hold on. We don't want that. Wait, that is the size, right? Because one goes here, another one goes there. Okay, yeah. So that goes there. Let's dig into this. Actually, we're going to need to say that we're going to do that. And I want to build this little guy. And then we do it like that. Okay. And then we're going to drain you of your coolant. Just like so. And then we got to do deconstruct on all of this. Yep, we already did. We don't have any of that. We can deconstruct buildings. We can deconstruct everything that we got going on here. And fuck it, everything here as well. And we're gonna expose the world to steam, but it's fine. It's not like we haven't done that before. So they'll work on that right there. And I'm gonna need to do like that, because it was an 18 by 9, right? 18 by 9. This is 10. Oh, that's right. It doesn't go there. It goes here. Yes, yes, steam everywhere. It's okay, because these are all covered in. But I do like everyone's effort. I think we are doing great here, guys. So I know we're gonna get like that. Let's go ahead and do some of this. And this needs to go here. Which actually, I think we'll leave the top 2 open. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna need to vacuum out, per se. Deconstruct those so that we can see that all the pipes are taken care of. Let's take care of all the automation as well. Remove all that. This looks like it's done, so we can deconstruct all these dudes. Look at that, the steam took care of itself. Go away, steam. We're gonna want those 2 right here. We're gonna do that guy, but also not. Deconstruct all of you, deconstruct all of you. I just love my team. My team is so great. We'll deconstruct that so that we're not having some weird stuff going on. Oh, let's also deconstruct all the ladders. Get that out of my life. Unreachable food. You... That's fair. I fucked that up, I'm sorry. Let's just deconstruct those. And we'll figure out... We gotta build from the bottom up, because there's a lot of liquid that we gotta put in. Oh my god. I'm sorry. You are 100% correct, my guy. Let's do all the mopping. Let's take care of all the crap. I guess that is kind of loud. Sorry, everybody. And then let's take care of everything here. Get it out of my life. Oh, something I always forget about is the power. We do need to get the power in here. The power within. The power within. So here's what we'll do. We gotta plan this out. Let's get a clean slate. Everyone come grab this crap. And we're actually going to... We're gonna deconstruct these because I want bottle emptiers because we need to get in coolant. We gotta put in the coolant in there. Also, while we're at it, let's get to mopping that thing, that thing, that thing. And then we'll mop the very bottom later. But for now, we're gonna get... Okay. So if a pool of water is gonna sit right here, what we need to do... Before we close everything up, I know I'm gonna want that and that. And then we're gonna do automation because we need to make sure that we can turn off. We don't need steel, it's gonna be cold. Ooh, here's a thing. Which side are we gonna cool? Are we gonna cool the bottom? Because then I'm gonna have a problem with pipes over here. Because this one's gonna be easy. It'll just come and get cooled over here. But this one's gonna be stupid, and it's gonna have to come over here and then cool down right there. So, what if we cool down the top ones? Okay, here we go. Let's chat. Let's figure this out. Because we're gonna have steam turbines right here, right? Power. Steam turbine. Steam turbines go there, so they need to get cooled. And then we're gonna have two... Yeah, let's keep it in paused real quick while we figure this out. And we're gonna do... this way? Does this way make sense? We're gonna do two. Then we do some more plumbing. And we're gonna go... Yeah, this looks good. So this can go right here. like this, and then we do right here, right here. I think that's gonna be good right there. And then, you know, of course, I'll do all the stuff that's required. So like, bypass. Oh, actually, that's not right because it's gonna input here and out. Oh, okay, you guys gotta flip. Utilities. Right. Yep. So make sure that these are cut, and then bypass right here. So cut that, comes down here, and then bypass, whoops, right here. So we don't need that. And then we do a flippy bridge like that, and a flippy bridge there, and then check the temperature here, check the temperature here, automation, check temperatures, send signals, make it cold. Okay, so then we don't need this thermosensor or this thermosensor, but instead those thermosensors go here because we want it to close. Yeah. Okay. So there's the cooling. So we might as well get this guy. No, not radiant. What the shit? Let's go insulation. You know what? Fuck it. Use shale. Not like that though. And we do a little hippie hop and drop that. Okay, let's discover. Not discover. Let's figure out power. We can just do power right here. Okay, I think it's all coming together. So what did I say power goes? Right there. So power goes here, which means we want to send the output power right there with a joint plate. Okay, now how are we going to get this guy in here? Let's do... We're going to do like this and like this for this power wire to come over here. And this will go right there, that'll go right there. And then we build that in, which means we deconstruct these two. Insulated tile, deconstruct. All right. I think it's coming together pretty nicely here. So power these things. I don't, and like the thing is that I don't need to power these doors. So actually, you guys shut your butt. I don't need to power the doors. It's not important. Let's get this right here and here. And then we will be putting the doors. So this will be metal tiles, so then the door will go here. Okay, but we do need automation for the door. And we're actually going to do the thermosensor right here because it tickles my brain a little better to be there. Deconstruct. Cool, I think we're almost there. Let's deconstruct this stuff and also deconstruct the heavy watt joint plate for when things get slurped out. Which then, let's go ahead and cancel that and cancel that. Let's deconstruct this guy and this guy so that we can do a slurp even better, which then leads me into my next thing of I need to... I'm going to need to suck out this area, make it a vacuum. But let's do a cleaning and let's get all this supercoolant. We're going to relocate you to here. Is this? No, that's water. Let's move all the liquid, all the supercoolant. We're going to take it out of the area. Just to over here because we are going to put it back. We're going to drop it in here. Super coolant goes in here. Do you need somewhere to go. Go right there. And it looks like everything is taken care of. So let's go ahead and do, if it's ever above this, so copy, paste. Make sure that those doors are open. And I think we can actually start on... Yeah, they can run across these, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can start on this. And what we're going to do is, we actually don't... It doesn't really matter how these are orientated. But what we'll do is... Let's get this guy in here. How's this water? This water is honestly in my way. Okay. And what we'll do here is we're going to move... So we finished our science, right? So we can actually get rid of these. Deconstruct buildings. Let's deconstruct all of this. And we're going to move this water to actually go this way. Do I have water anywhere else? Nope. So we're gonna have it come out. We're gonna have it exit the base this side. So then we can get rid of this portion right here. The portion that's in our way. Also, why are we not... You guys are so silly. Please get out. Also, we need like one of these. So that we can hop down in there and do all that stuff. Let's grab that. So then you can hop in there and build that. Okay. So we're looking good here. And now we can cross that off. And it'll go this way. Let's double check Discord. I got a bunch of messages. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good here. I think we can fill this bad boy up with super coolant now. So we're gonna go super coolant here. Enable auto bottle. 9. Copy. Paste. Copy paste. So these two areas will be filled with super coolant up to this point right here, and then I can put in 2 metal tiles right there and 2 metal tiles right there. In the meantime, let's get this built. Or this taken care of, right? I need to build that. So the super coolant will go in here. Let's double check how we want our cooling loop to come in here. So we want... You know what? We might as well do this. We're going to come down like this. We're going to do something like that for this loop. And then we can do... We can do these guys like this. And then right here. So that means I don't need these guys. And we're going to need a piece right there. And I think that's going to be good for this loop. Oh, save file. So this loop can come and cool down right there, and then this loop can come and cool down right there. And then we don't need these pieces anymore. All right, I think we're on our way to success. One thing I gotta make sure of is that... Oh, now we gotta get... We should start by sucking out this. So here's what we'll do. Install that piece, and we're going to do... Here we go. And we're gonna... It's gonna be a little fucking weird. It's gonna be really weird. Deconstruct, deconstruct, and that can go right there. So here's the thing: we're gonna wall this off, and our little guys, we're gonna drop water in here, which means I also want this broken. Okay, okay, here we go, here we go. And then if I wall this, they should be able to do some silly things. I actually think this needs to go here and here. Alright, we gotta be really careful about how we place things. I don't want to trap anyone. So that can go there, that one's fine. I mean, it is, but it isn't, because they're not going to be able to get down there. So maybe I don't want to do this yet. Or I could deconstruct these two. So this is doing good. I do want this to be like 900. Okay. We're looking good. Actually, hold on. Let's get a little bit of water. We're gonna get just a little bit. And then I'm gonna have to come down here and mop this up. Okay. So that's gonna create our vacuum and our enclosed area. So let's start pumping. And we're gonna do... We can do that. Why it's out of steel, I don't know. Just everything just wants to be out of steel. Let's do all of that. Take that out. How are we doing on this? 445. Let's try to get some power on these bad boys. I may have fucked up. I probably should have put this over here. But we're just gonna have to wing it. So this is supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're trying to get 8,000 kilograms up in this place. Just about. So this will suck all this stuff out. And once we get... Oh, actually, I don't need you. Okay, we got the great suckening going on. Good, good. This can be like that. And here we go. We can do... like that, cancel all that, and we can do this one is going to be... Oh no, we need that one, because it needs to go like that. There. Yeah, it'll do some silly things like that. In fact, why do I have it be extra silly when I can only do... when I only have to do it slightly silly? Let's deconstruct these. I got this, I got this. Here we go. Yeah, I don't need it to be extra silly, I can just do normal silly. That, and that. So I don't need that, and I need to cancel whatever I've requested here. And we brought it down so that we can grab the debris. There we go. Only a little silly. And then refill that. And let's see. Oh, okay. We want to stop this because we only want 900-ish. So that... Oh, let's go ahead and stop that as well. Okay, so now that this one is full, right? Because we can only see that this fills up to 910 and this is 901, so we're like almost there. So now we build in some aluminum tiles right here. We wait for this guy. This is a delicate process. I've built you in the wrong location. Okay. I need... so what we're gonna do let's do this. So I'm actually going to do that these two are facing each other. So this one's going to go like this, and this one's going to go like this. So when this one's like this, the output is going to be right there. So we can deconstruct these three. But so that no debris falls in here, let's get this built in. And this needs to go up one more. And so does this. So not too big of a deal. Okay, so now that that's built, let's deconstruct this, and we're gonna do like this instead. Whoops. And then right there, and nope, that was correct. It's this that isn't correct. Okay, so there we go. We need to do that. So let's deconstruct these. Nope, just don't deconstruct them because that's not built yet. But we can deconstruct this stuff, build that. Once we build this and get this out of the way, we can put the metal tiles. Okay, put the metal tiles, and then we can rebuild or build this and keep putting liquid or the coolant. Oh no, this one's, we did too much. We did too much, did too much. But it should be fine because I don't think this is going to get pushed too much. Okay, okay, I see. We're getting there, we're getting there. So metal tiles, so now we can build that in. And if anything, it'll just push like some liquid coolant up here, or it's going to push it just barely. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, so we need that up there, break that, cancel that. There we go, that looks good. So once we build these tiles, then we can start putting more liquid coolant in. How's our debris chiller? This thing is still working on getting its stuff turned in. And our sweepy is still doing sweepy things. You keep at it, buddy. We're gonna... Uh-oh. We have so much stuff coming in. Okay. Where's our project that we're working on this thing? So now we can go back to saying that we want coolant. And we're going to fill this up, and then we cap it off. Alright, things are looking good. Let's... Oh, wait. Build those tiles, make sure they're out of aluminum. Aluminum's good. Okay, we're getting that in here. Let's get this trash out. We might end up with a piece of trash, just like... sitting in there. And I'm gonna be sad about it. Oh, you know what? We might be able to get in there to grab it. We just have to leave this side open. Because we should be able to do that and that. Oh no. We should be able to do these three. Okay, I think I see how we're going to be able to get in here. So I'll have to close one of these sides, and then they can run down in there and grab it. So let's keep this up, because I can deconstruct 1, 2, 3, and they'll be able to just jump down and jump down. I think, I'm pretty sure. I guess we can test that theory, right? Let's deconstruct. And this is polluted oxygen right now, but if we close this and then open it, that should have made it a vacuum. And then same thing with this one, there's polluted oxygen in here. But if we go ahead and close you and open you, you should be good. So let's try this. Deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. Because this is a vacuum and this is a vacuum. So now let's see them get down here. And I'll be able to grab the forbidden piece. Okay, you guys should still be able to come down here, right? And this is a vacuum, so now we can put that in and put that piece in. How are we doing on this? I gotta watch this. Copy, paste these guys. Okay, yeah, that works. So now that it's a vacuum, we're gonna close up these holes, but we're gonna leave this one open because I want water to fall down here. And then we also don't need these things if it is already in fact a vacuum. So delete those, delete this, delete that guy. And this is a vacuum, so we're good here. This comes under. Let's grab all the debris. And that should be the last of the debris. Let me double check. We have power, and it's doing good. We have the entire loop. Let's double check that it comes in here, bypasses, comes over, comes in through here, cools down. We have a bypass, okay, and we have the automation for it. Okay, I think we can close off this. And we'll start off by doing one at a time there. Ooh, what do we have here? Okay. So now we say that we want more water, and it'll start filling up this bottom row here. Let's pick up all this crud. I'm gonna end up with a debris of shame right here due to these tiles. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on this one. Because this one's almost done. We're at 687. And then, now that we have this taken care of, we can probably put in one of these? Yeah, we can do this one. But we can't do this one, because it needs to turn that way. At least we're not going to have any debris of shame in here. Alright, I'm still watching this. This should be... We're almost to the top here, and it's going to be like 9... Let's stop it now. Okay, you know what? That's fine. And then we'll cover that up. And we should be good in that sense. Okay, okay. I don't need that thing, or that thing. And you're gonna suppress, and you're gonna suppress, because I don't want to see you. And then we don't need these. We don't need these anymore. These top two will be the forever cold, and then these ones are gonna be the temperatures that I'm asking them to be. So now all we're missing, right, all we're waiting on is filling this thing up with water and filling this up with supercoolant, and then we can reconnect these guys. In fact, I think we can reconnect them now, to be honest. No, I want to wait until they're brought down to temperature, because right now they're like doing okay. They're keeping them alive. But what we're going to want is to add more supercoolant, so let's get this ready. And we're just going to bridge onto the loop, as always. So this is still a vacuum, because this needs to be steam, and this will just be straight vacuum. So then let's get this out of here. Let's watch our supercoolant, doing good. Deconstruct that, I don't know what I was doing with that. Make sure everything is in fact out of there. And once we get enough water, then we build again from the bottom up, thanks to the power of gravity. So we'll build this thing, deconstruct this, deconstruct... Ooh, that's actually going to be a problem. Scheiße. Scheißenkampf. How am I going to build this thing when they're, like, standing right here? Oh, you know what? As long as this is a vacuum, okay. We'll make sure this is a vacuum and has water, then we'll figure out how we're going to get in here. Oh my god, I'm like being real stupid about it. Maybe we're gonna have to come in through here and like come through the side, because we can deconstruct... No, deconstruct this piece. And then a piece of ladder. And then will you be able to... We're getting real dumb here. Let's at least build these. I might have to come in through the side. I'm pretty sure that we gotta come in through the side. So here's what I'll do. That's why, like... Oh my god, I'm getting real dumb here. What are we doing? Because I only want to drop like one layer. Or, let me see. If I do this, I can drop these two. And then... Okay. Yeah, we're gonna end up... Let's stop doing this for now, because I'm gonna have to end up coming in here. But this supercoolant should be able to keep it a vacuum. So here's what I'll do. Cover this up for now. And see, this is why proper planning is required. Let's get rid of you. You're gonna go here. And then this piece is gonna go here. Because I need to deconstruct these two pieces. Which means we deconstruct this piece, put this one here, and we fill this up. And what we want to do is turn this into a vacuum and then make this build this. And once we deconstruct this and then these two pieces, we'll be getting ourselves in there. And we're just gonna have to mop up all this fucking supercoolant like a freaking plebeian. But now you know, right? And I do want to we are gonna have to refill this. So let's get, what are we at? We're almost there, I promise. We're doing good on databanks. We have 179 after this line has been saturated with databanks. So that's good. Our other rocket is, of course, you know, lost in the sauce way out here. It's just stuck forever. But it's kind of all right because we're letting all the points of interest rebuild their good stuff. How's our little sweepy? You're still sweeping away, buddy? What about you? Yeah, you're gonna be busy for quite some fucking time. Okay, we got a vacuum, and that's what we want. So this thing, you don't need to put more. And then, so this is ready. So we have a vacuum in here. Hold on. Don't forget to drink liquid. To drink liquid. Let's build this dude up here. Oh, I'm gonna need to come back and get the debris. So this comes down here. We'll deconstruct these two. Liquid will flow out, but that's okay. And then we'll deconstruct this one. You can come down to 2. So if I deconstruct this, we can keep this layer of liquid. That's the goal here. Trying to do as little work as possible. So we want... So we'll put this... Oh my god. Get out of my life. We'll put this here so that I can deconstruct these two tiles and keep this bottom thing of liquid, because then there's 2 tiles that they can jump up right here and then jump down there. And then we'll be able to come in through here to reconstruct this. How much water? Usually it's 400 kilos per tile, right? Let me look at math real quick. So according to the power of math, I want like 150. We'll do 150 kilos in every tile. It might be done. 150 times 30, so we need 4,500 kilos. And 4,500 kilos across 10 tiles is 450. So actually, no, we're not there yet. 30 tiles, 150. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So we won't come in here to do this until we have enough water. Which we're like almost there. So, whoops. Oh no, wrong button. Alright, so in the meantime, let's clean up. Let's clean up around the base. Make sure to grab all that like water and everything that the steam made. Yeah, all the water's down here. Yeah, you guys can mop that up. And clean up whatever the hell you got going on there. The steam, I don't think made it this far. But we'll just get all this stuff cleaned. Oh, another little thing that I did. I'm trying to get rid of the germs, which there was like 734 million germs, but I put these Wheezeworts here, and like they're kind of working. This one's clean. We got clean water up in here, so that's cool. Clean water here. But I was trying to get rid of all the germs, and it's sort of working, like I said, because... Oh, I can't get in there. Oh, my Wheezewort. Because it was at like 700 million. Now we're down to 670 million. Whatever the fuck. Also, at some point, I did, in fact, run out of water. And that was scary. Like, I only had water right here. So I implemented some emergency water sieving. And that's why we got a bunch of poopy clean water. Poopy clean water. How are we doing on this? We're at 400? This might be okay. I might just call it good. Yeah, fuck it. We're good. I'm just so over waiting for it. It'll be okay. It's going to be a lot of steam anyway because it's a big chamber. So build this, and then we'll build these. So that can actually go right there. So that we're enclosing this entire thing, and then we open up this one area. How's the debris? We're still getting rid of stuff because of the debris chiller, because of this. Oh yeah, this is going to take a while. But let me see. It is constantly flowing out crud. So that's what we definitely have a backflow of the debris chiller and then of all of our rockets landing at the same time. All right, so let's do the thing that we don't want to do, and that's come in here. And we'll deconstruct these guys while we're at it. And then I think I don't need 2 of these power cables. So this should maintain a vacuum, maintain a vacuum, maintain vacuum, maintain vacuum, maintain vacuum. Good, good, good. But we do want to get on that mop command, because we want to get all of this stuff mopped out of here. Nothing, 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 please. Yep, let's get all that. There we go. Keep it all going. Maintain a vacuum. Build this guy right here. Okay. I think that was actually a pretty successful job. And then once we get everything cleaned, and this steam turbine built in here, we're gonna rebuild this, deconstruct these 2, and refill, and then fill it back up. Water, supercoolant. Relocate, supercoolant. Relocate, supercoolant. Relocate, supercoolant. I believe someone was telling me, one of my guys was telling me that there's like a command, or there's a mod that allows you to like do like mass movement of stuff. Ooh. Okay, I think we're good. Can we build this? Before we do that, we have power. Check. Got your knives. Check. Ooh, okay, we don't need that piece, because it's just right there. We don't need that piece. So let's go. Ooh, no, no, no. So now take that out of there, because I need all of these to be nice and perfect, or else I don't like it. Okay. Temperature, exchange, temperature, temperature. Okay, this is completely sealed off and ready. Let's build this. And in fact, I think we can start chilling now. Or, well, I mean, if we had this, right? So now we gotta fill our actual loop. So now we can deconstruct these 2 and go back to filling this. Uh-oh. Spagooters. I think that's what I mentioned before, is that I need to get this debris. Let's get this going, and we're going to do a bridge onto it, like that. Actually, hold on. Because I'm scared of where the debris might land, we're gonna put it right here and bridge on this way. That way, there's nothing here, and the debris should pop up here. So let's get some more coolant. Super coolant. Enable 9. We don't need this nonsense anymore. Mop those. Super coolant. Copy, paste. We don't need this nonsense anymore. Super coolant. Super coolant everywhere. Get these involved. Get that back. One sits right there. Get this going. Whoops. Let's get super coolant into the system. And, okay, here we go. So we want this to be, I don't know, 0? Copy, paste. Oh. That's right, it's the top. There you go, there you go. It's going to cool down this super coolant really nicely. Get rid of this crud. And then we'll keep doing this. Mop this shit up. Build this back. Build that back. How are we doing on this loop? I think the loop needs like one more blob. 2 more blob. So just a little bit. Okay, I think this is good. So let's deconstruct these guys. The loop looks good. Build that back up. All of here. Make sure that we're not overflowing. The coolant itself should be going down in temperature, which then should be bringing down this, which brings down that metal tile. Okay, here we go. This should be the last bottle. No, one more bottle. This will be the last bottle. Nope, okay. What is happening? So, yeah, we see this guy going down in temperature. This super coolant's getting low. No, don't put yours. Don't put yours. Well, good thing I kept this here, because they just dropped that freaking bottle in there. Get that out. Cover that up. Deconstruct. 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 Grab the stuff. Put these back. Put this back. And I think that's the build. We've turned everything into steam, so that's good. And we're sitting at like 132. I did want 150, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, I think we're good here. So this build is good, finally. We have this as a vacuum, and the coolant itself will keep our turbines nice and cold, and then we now need to get these 2 chambers really cold, and then I tell this to keep this a certain temperature depending on what I want it. And this coolant is dropping. You can see 29.2, 29.1, 29, you know, all that stuff. And in fact, if we bring this like -20, the cool thing about this is that we can turn these ones down to negative temperatures as much as we want, because all it's going to do is chill these 2 boxes. And this will close and open and close depending on how much chill it really needs. And it's just the opposite of this heat injector right here. and it keeps these two tiles, or keeps this area as hot as it needs. And meanwhile, we have this at like 500. So the colder that we make it, the more of like a chill battery it's gonna kind of be. And let's double check that this, because this is a vacuum, this can be just right on the outside, and then we have a vacuum in here so that this doesn't have any problems. I think we're pretty much good. And, you know, we've had this episode go on for quite some freaking time. Let's check on our debris. Oh my god, we just have so much debris. Oh, it's done, actually. Our debris chiller's done, and everything's all good. Our rockets are nice and, like, they're empty. And how are we doing over here, Sweepy? So you're good. You still got some work to do. Where are you? Are you way over here? Yeah, and then you're right here. So you just go around and keep sweeping. And then you just go ahead and keep sweeping. And eventually, this will all be completely empty. And it'll be chilled to at least 60 degrees. Because that's the environment, that's the atmosphere here, which is totally fine because it comes in here and it's like such a large ooh, I don't like those colors. It's such a large mass that it keeps all the color, or all the temperature pretty all right. So you can see it's like 36 degrees. We do have like the cooling loop. It comes down here and kind of keeps it cool. I could build these out of metal, and then that actually might help as well. But I'm afraid of doing that. It's gonna move everything, so I might have to like deconstruct these two, or deconstruct this, build tiles here, then build the tiles here so that everything stays right here. But I'll probably do a save before I do that, just in case like it messes up, because like the entire map has been dug out and it's in these two tiles. So we're just gonna ignore that. Let's double check on this guy. Yeah, this is doing good. Look, you're down to like 12 degrees. Supercoolant's down. Why aren't you? Pipe blocked. What have I done? Oh, for fuck's sake. I know what I have to do. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. Oh, it needs to be like this. Well, it needs to be like this right here, because this is blocking the pipe. Oh my god. I don't want to get in there and do that. Let's just go ahead and bring this down to 0 real quick so that it has time to like stop, so it doesn't ruin this steam turbine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come in here and figure that out. I might be able... What I'll do is, because the build's just right here, I might be able to do it from here. I don't know. I really don't want to come in here again. Oh, what if I... Here we go. What if I come in here? Yeah, what if I deconstruct these two and push the liquid up so that there's a shit ton of liquid in here, and it's going to pop... I don't know. I'll figure it the fuck out. But that's something for off camera. And I'll figure out what's going on. Our little sweepy guy is working good. All of our sweepies doing good. We did do awesome debris chiller and this thing. But yeah, I think that'll do it for today's episode. If you guys made it this far, I'd appreciate a like, maybe even a little, maybe just even a little subscribe. You know, a subscribe would be pretty cool. Oh, I don't have you cooled. I haven't gotten this sweepy dog cooled down. Oh no, you're getting hot. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying all this. Again, I do everything for you guys, making sure that you guys have good content so that you're learning stuff and enjoying some stuff and things. But yeah, like I said, maybe a like, a subscribe, you know, a little comment, help out some algorithms or whatever. That'll be awesome. But hope to see you guys in the next one, and until then, stay strinky.